manifestations seem to surprise and delight us, and so mainly they happen when we're not thinking right. So I heard of a technique where you just basically write down what you want, big and small, apartment in San Francisco, someone to buy me a coffee, someone to smile at me, $1 million, like that kind of thing. And then forget about it. And then the next week you go back and then you just tick off whatever came true, and you sort of keep doing it like that, because then you forget about it. You've set the intention, you forget about it, and then you see what happens. Like, it seems like when someone, or when I've said I'm trying to manifest something, it never comes to fruition, because it's like always like, I'm doing this to get something, rather than like, this feels good, and this feels good, and this feels good, and wouldn't this be nice, and isn't this wonderful, and those kind of feelings. It's a lighter energy. It's like, I don't need it, it'd be nice, but I don't need it, but it'd be nice. So yeah, that's the kind of energy that seems to work, at least for me. And also it's the kind of energy that seems to be, I don't know, talked about in a lot of manifestation circles, so to speak. So yeah, it's anything that sort of feels good, because you're doing it because you'd rather feel better than not. Like, you're thinking about a ton of money because it feels better than to not think about a ton of money, especially when you're thinking about a ton of money and you feel worthy to have that ton of money. So, and not just like, I just need to think of the amount because then it will get me to the amount. And it's like, and you're not really, you're feeling like desperate for it, rather than you're feeling like, wouldn't it be nice to get this? Like, it'd be amazing if all my perceived problems were solved, felt like they were solved already, and I'm just imagining this money and the freedom it gives, the security it gives, the safety it gives, that kind of thing. So that's what seems like the best energy to be in when it comes to manifestation. And that's just sort of my take on it. I found that I used to analyze and philosophize and, try and get down, what's the formula, and it's becoming increasingly apparent, it's increasingly seeming like that personalizing this kind of work, whatever you want to call it, techniques, I don't know, techniques, not something to get something, but it's this kind of thing, for want of a better word, has to be personalized to you rather than a one-size-fits-all technique or something. It needs to be personalized. It needs to feel good to you. It needs to be in your language, it needs to be along your lines, in your mind, in your heart, in your body, nervous system, it needs to feel safe to you, and to me, and to whoever is doing it, because otherwise, what's the point? Like, it's like, I don't know, you're just doing someone else's technique to try and get something, and that doesn't feel good. It may have its moments, but to me, at least it doesn't feel good long term. It doesn't have this sort of lasting effect. I read somewhere one philosophizes that the difference between a real smile and a fake smile is that a real smile lasts, and then, almost like if you picture a graph, it descends off your face in a smooth fashion, rather than a fake smile, and then disappears quite quickly, rather than like a real smile lasts. It's sort of like, so when you're doing a technique or a meditation or whatever it is to feel good to you, it lasts, because like an hour later you're still feeling the effects of that, whatever you did, you know, whatever you thought about, whatever you felt. And so you know it's real then, rather than I did this meditation and it felt good in the moment, and then didn't, you know, and then I came out and started complaining about my taxes and shit. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I think the difference is there. It's sort of, you know what's real to you along your lines in your language. So at the end of the day, goal is to feel good, right? Feel better, feel more good than bad, you know. It's put simply, to have a better life than you feel you have, or if you feel like you've got the greatest life, then you feel that you've got the greatest life, and then wouldn't it be nice if this happened as well? Don't need it, you know, that kind of thing, that kind of energy. So I was rambling there, but that's it's kind of the point I want to make with that. Personalization, I'd say, is the key, the one key. I'll give you my 5 keys to no. This is just me learning. There goes the car. So it's cooling down. This is just me learning to do this and then reporting back, almost sharing the knowledge, sharing what I've found and seeing if it resonates, you know. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't, just leave what doesn't, man. In fact, if this isn't resonating, feel free to click off the video, you know, because at the end of the day, sorry, if you know, you know, then if it doesn't feel good for you, then what's the point, you know? Yeah, especially with these sort of things, you know, watching these kind of videos or doing these kind of techniques. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Me talking to a lens. It's to you. You know, right now, I'd like it's to you. It's to you. Don't know where I'm going with that, but yeah. Still learning the old ropes of just talking to a camera, but it's not a camera, is it? Because you're watching this. So I'm talking directly to you, or myself, as you know. A lot of people who talk are basically talking so they can hear themselves out loud. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stop there before I start rambling again. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Personalization and seeing if you can tailor whatever you're doing, if it's a technique or something, tailor it to your language. How does your brain work? How does your mind work? You know, is it a walk? Is it speaking affirmations in a certain way? Is it saying it as if it's a memory, you know, a future memory? You're just remembering, say it in your own words, record it back, listen to it, that kind of thing. But whatever keeps you that at the top of your mind, you know. So each day you're not like going back into complaining or whatever, or, you know what I mean, just sort of like keeping yourself there in one place and stuck. It's like, and even if you do that, that's a gift in a way, because you can then go, boom, there, exactly there is where I'm wavering, faltering, whatever. And then you can just sort of flip the script. Just say the opposite of the negative thing you've said, you know, that kind of thing. And it's more to sort of trigger your mind to be like, oh yeah, I don't need to do that anymore. You know, oh yeah, this isn't working. This is. So yeah, there you go. All right. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.